Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we are going to have a little look at what could be an almost sufficient amount of Dakka. Because the Orks are getting slightly more in terms of bang for buck when it comes to Dakka. They've got like a wholesale thing going on where there's been a nice little change for them that honestly I think is kind of cool. So Dakka is now an actual thing. By the way, I'm just going to say right now, reading this before, you know that, what is it, semantic oversaturation, where you say the same word over and over again and it starts to lose meaning? That has already happened to the word Dakka now. And since it's a dumb made-up word, that's kind of impressive. But it's gonna get bad, okay? I'm just throwing it out there, just letting you know. Advanced warning. So, as they say, the Orks, it is safe to say, are not noted marksmen. What they lack in accuracy, they've always made up for in rate of fire and raw enthusiasm, a tactical approach the Orks themselves have dubbed Dakka. In battle, this typically means if you roll a 6 to hit, you get to shoot again, granting you a fair few extra shots when the boys have their eye in. It's a system we all love, but what if it was even better? So, Dakka weapons is now a thing. Dakka weapons unleash a terrifying volume of shots. Whether these are effective or not depends on the proximity of the target. Dakka weapons have two values for the number of attacks they make. When a model shoots a Dakka weapon, use the first value if the target is within half the weapon's range, and if the target is not within half the weapon's range, use the second value instead. Now you might be thinking, that sounds an awful lot like rapid fire, and you are correct. It does sound an awful lot like rapid fire. But for the Orks, it's Dakka instead, so as they say, no longer an ability, an entirely new weapon type, and that weapon type has two separate attack values. So this, it seems to be just a full replacement of the previous system whereby you rolled a 6, you got extra shot. To be honest, this is a lot more reliable. So as they say, Dakka weapons generate solid damage output overall, but particularly reward Orks that gamble in getting real close before pulling the trigger. Even Orks with guns want to get as close to a good scrap as they possibly can. The really, this is the thing that I like about this. So, Morks Raw. That has gone from a 30-inch range Assault 12 to a 36-inch range Dakka 16-12. So you get within 18 inches, and you get 16 shots out of that as opposed to 12. It's the fact that the base number hasn't changed. I like the fact that the base number hasn't changed, but now you do have that extra bonus for getting within half range. As they say, for instance, Ghazghkull's already spectacular Morks Raw goes from Assault 12 to Dakka 16-12, a significant uptick. Likewise, the Gorkanaut's Deathstorm Mega Shooter, which by the way is still an amazing name for a gun, moves from a heavy 18 to a frankly alarming Dakka 30-20. So you get within 18 inches, and that is 30 strength 6 shots. That's a lot of fun. That is a lot of fun, and honestly, that feels more appropriate looking at that weapon than just 18 shots. I mean, that's got an uptick on both sides. It's not just like 30-18, 30-20, so you're getting 2 more even if you're staying at full range. Again, though, you look at the weapon, and to be honest, I can see it. I can see that churning out an absurd number of shots. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? To be honest, this is fun. This is fun. I like this. So even the humble boys get a considerable boost. So they go from Assault 3, so big shooters go from Assault 3 to Dakka 5-3, and regular shooters switch from Assault 2 to Dakka 3-2, so making them significantly more lethal at close range. Yeah, it's the thing that I'm liking a lot about this is the fact that that initial number has not either not changed or it's gone up. So like the big shooter and the shooter aren't worse in terms of their strength or in terms of how many shots they get at full range. They're just better the closer you get. And, I mean, it does make a slight difference in terms of having to move to get those extra shots, whereas before it was just if you rolled a 6, you had that extra additional. But, to be honest, this kind of feels more reliable in terms of getting that way to fire out. I quite like it. So, Ork range weaponry has improved across the board, well, almost across the board, but new style rockets really shine. Rocket launchers, rocket cannons, and custom mega blasters get more shots, and the all-important blast keyword. So, ranges stay the same, but they gain blast. The strength, AP, and damage remain the same, but you go from Assault 1 and Assault 2D3 to Heavy D3 and Heavy 3D3. So there's just a chance for more. Just a chance for more damage out of those. Again, I like it. It's a fun change. The custom Mega Blaster goes from Assault 1 to Assault D3, and it's got Blast, so that's nice. The custom Mega Blaster goes from Assault 1 to Assault D3, same range, and the same, the rest of the stats are the same, but it is now blast, and it still has the old thing of if any unmodified hit rolls of 1 are made for attacks with this weapon, the bearer suffers 1 mortal wound after shooting this weapon. So again, just a flat upgrade on that, which is nice to see. And there's more like that in the Orcs leveled up arsenal, so I mean when the Codex comes out, presumably all the guns need to be gone over to have a nice gander at just exactly how much has changed. I mean, by the way they've phrased it, a lot. A lot, if not most of it, may be different. The Bubble Chucker has had a massive change as well. Like, this is almost not even the same weapon at this stage. I mean, before, you had range of 48 inches and a heavy D6, but the strength, AP, and the damage were all D6 rolls. Which is very random, it's very chaotic, very orky in that sense. And it's the kind of thing that I would take multiples of just because of the absolute unknowable fun of, I'm going to fire this, and there's a good chance it could absolutely do nothing, or completely annihilate everything. Who knows? We will find out. I like that kind of thing, especially in the context of the Orcs, but nothing even remotely reliable about it. But that's part of the fun of it. The new one, though, the new Bubble Chucker. So after selecting targets, roll 1d3 to determine which of the profiles below to make the attacks with. If a unit contains more than one Bubble Chucker that is targeting the same unit, determine the profiles for each weapon separately before any attacks are resolved against that target. So you still have that random element, you're still rolling a d3, but it's a d3, not a d6 for every single stat. And yeah, 2 of them have got blast. One of them is heavy 3d3 shots with strength 6, AP -2 and damage 1. One is a heavy d6 but with blast but strength 8, AP -3 and damage 3. And the third one, the dense bubble, so you've got big bubble, wobbly bubble, and dense bubble, is just one shot, but it's strength 10, AP -4, D3 +3. So a significant change from the old version there, which I don't know, I quite like it. The fact you got blast on 2 of those is nice. Of course, previously not a thing. So yeah, I quite like that change. It's fun. So some significant changes there. A big shift away from the previous mechanic that was Dakka. This one more reliable by far, a bit less random. But question is, what do you think? Do you like the sound of it? Do you think it's a good change, bad change? Or are you just happy that, by the look of it, just weight of fire is guaranteed to increase pretty much across the board for the Orcs? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things. Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games, which you can use to support the channel if you would like. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.